What's up, everybody? And welcome to the, I think it's like the second ever not only Pete segment episode.
Not only Pete segment?
Yeah, just said it.
He used this gun on us, and he told us that if we didn't come and do the show, that he was going to shoot us.
No, wait, I have to ask. Is it Pete segment if it's only not Pete?
Who's not Pete? I'm not Pete?
Yeah.
Third base.
Alright, let's start the week off with Action Comics 900.
You're going to make us cry.
I know.
You're going to make us cry.
The only good thing to happen to this book was Alex Ross's cover.
And how much was it?
$6, $7, something like that.
Even with the Alex Ross one? Right.
Yeah.
Alex Ross.
You know, I gotta give one thing. DC has been really good with its variants, and they're not charging a lot for them lately.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know if you've noticed that. This book was supposed to be the culmination of one of the best series I've read out of DC in a while, and of course, you know, because I liked it, DC was bound to fuck it up, was Reign of Doomsday, which took place in Steel #1, Outsiders 37, Justice League 55, which also spurred me to get The Rise of Eclipso, and that started in Justice League 54.
Is that big enough of a crossover for you?
Yeah, really? This book, this story crossed over 3 other different stories. Superman Batman Annual 5 and
$5.
Superboy 6.
Well, Marvel has to do every good story in a miniseries. DC has to have every single book has to be part of the whole entire.
You know what?
Okay.
But this is going to be the one and only time I probably say this. This story, because it crossed over so many other books that were involved in their own shit at that point, because now you've got some pages devoted to what's going on in the parent story, and some pages devoted to what's going on with Doomsday. This story could have taken place in Reign of Doomsday numbers 1 through 6.
Shall we mention the whole entire what he does in the side story at the back?
No, honestly, you can mention it, but I stopped reading after the main story. I bought this book because I wanted to read the end of Reign of Doomsday. And the whole book was the conclusion to what had been going on in the last 10 or so issues of Action Comics, which was the Black Ring, which was focused mainly on Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor gets this fucking weird power that they do their best to
God.
they kind of summarize it with that. And he's the one controlling Doomsday, and he's giving Doomsday all these extra powers and shit to mimic everybody else, all the other S guys' powers. And then it's all Superman versus this fucking... What is with the Tron shit lately, man? The movie sucked.
It did suck.
Fuck that. Now everything's got to be neon. Somebody discovered that in Photoshop.
Monkey
you can fucking
see.
mix a little bit of white and make something look shiny.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Fucking, but DC is constantly with the monkey see bullshit.
Yeah.
And actually,
Who's releasing the Tron comic?
who cares?
No, but is it DC?
I don't know.
Disney.
I don't even know the
No,
first
it's
one.
Disney. It's
Oh,
Marvel.
it's Marvel.
It's Marvel?
I'm pretty sure it was Ken Jenkins that brought it up on our Facebook. He said, you know, like, look at it this way. Captain America gets fucking... Was it Captain America? He said, the Hulk fucking starts walking around, like, you know, America and shit, and Superman starts walking around America. Captain America renounces his citizenship.
Captain America gets stuck in time. Batman gets stuck in time.
It's horrible. DC is such a copycat. It's bad. But fucking this whole shit with him and Lex Luthor is like he tells him who he is and then he forgets. Like Luthor.
No, that whole,
forgets.
I'm sorry, that whole entire forget shit was horrible. Fucking bullshit. Superman might as well have just fucking kissed him and made him forget.
Yeah, well, he didn't. I was kind of waiting for that to happen. Sad to say.
I'm not gonna go delve too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything. But all I'm gonna say is, if you don't know already, Truth, Justice, and the American Way. Let's leave it at that. You're gonna be really pissed towards the end of that.
The best part is that the conclusion to the story I want to read is now concluding, or it's starting a new story called Reign of the Doomsdays in Action Comics 901. So now they just hit, it's like, hey, come on, we're going to conclude a good story. No, we're not. We're going to just keep it going and suck some more money out of you.
Because now you got to buy the next one, which is going to be in what? Superman,
the next
Superboy,
one, and the next one, and then the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking...
Speaking of sucking money out, Green Lantern.
No, dude, you sounded like Captain Sweatpants now, and I admit that this story is very drawn out, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. These stories get drawn out because the big two can afford to do that.
No, it's because they want fucking more money out of us.
That's what I mean, they can afford to do that. So they don't have to worry about readers dropping the books because they can't afford shit, because they don't care, because other readers will keep going, stupid people like me.
Okay,
Yes.
but does that make it right?
It doesn't make it right, but in
What?
sparse instances, it makes it interesting.
Okay.
Sparse instances.
I'm a Green Lantern. I
You're
buy
telling
Green Lantern. I've been buying Green Lantern since the Rebirth thing.
Okay.
Now, I can't fucking keep up with this because I'm buying Spider-Man. I'm buying X-Men. X-Men Legacy.
Strike 2.
I've got the Batman books.
Strike 3, you're out.
Oh.
Next guy up. You could drop Batman for the GL books. I wasn't that happy with Emerald Warriors to start out with, which I told you guys, and it picked up after 3 or 4 issues and ran. It was good. This whole story, War of the Green Lanterns, I'm really happy with the way it's progressing because in Blackest Night and in fucking whatever the other one is, Brightest Day, is that what's going on? White Lantern shit. There's too many characters. There's too many characters. And this series basically started off in like chapter 2 or 3 and dumped everybody extra. They got rid of Sinestro, Carol Ferris, the fucking Blue Lantern Hope dude.
The Crayola Cavalry came in.
Get rid of all of these extraneous characters, keep their rings so the Fab Four over here can start fucking around with their powers. So now you got Guy Gardner as a Red Lantern, Hal as a Yellow, this dude John Stewart is an Indigo Lantern dressed up in the camos and shit.
Who looks like Luke Cage.
He does look like Luke Cage. But every black man in comics looks like Luke Cage because Luke Cage is awesome. It's not a racist thing. It's Luke Cage is awesome, and so whoever the fucking stupid powers that be see that and like, he must look like him. And that's what they do. That's retarded, I admit.
Well, going back to one of the initial points, thankfully, you buy all this shit.
And you can read it.
And I can just read it.
But you read through this? Did you not enjoy this?
No,
I
will say, I gotta say, reading Green Lantern, and I hate the fact that I can't pick up every single friggin' issue. It's just that, you know, when I'm going and I'm spending $100 a month, I mean, I can't afford buying 5 other books or 4 other books on top of that, just so I can get the whole entire story.
You know what the best part about this is?
Your mother?
Yes. My mom will kick your fucking ass.
She will.
She really will.
I know she will.
This book is contained within the Green Lantern books.
No, I know.
There's no side stories, there's no one-shots or anything.
Right.
This is what we've actually been asking them to do, is keep us... Admittedly, there's 3 Green Lantern books, but it's contained here. There's no offshoots, no nothing.
3 Green Lanterns are better than... How many books is this?
That goes through 6, and now it's going to keep fucking going with the next chapter of the Doomsday shit.
Because they want you to keep buying all the crappy Superboy and
Doomsday
Steel.
is like... I'm going to go out on a limb here. Doomsday is like Marvel's Onslaught.
Yes.
Doomsday's a great character. Onslaught was a great character, but only when they're done exceptionally well. And that so rarely happens. This was working. It was working. I have no faith in Reign of the Doomsdays now. Because now there's fucking 9 of them. Fucking 10 of them, 100
Didn't
of them.
they do that in the whole entire Batman Superman when Supergirl came back? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, it's been done.
Getting back to this.
So, and this brings me up, Rodimus Torres had asked, you know, if I was picking up the George Perez variants, and I did not actually, I didn't care for them. They were very busy covers, and I know that's George Perez's specialty.
That's his style.
But I couldn't follow it, so they didn't impress me, unfortunately. If they come out with like a poster,
Perez,
I'll probably get that.
George Perez, I think his work is kind of starting to look a little bit dated in comparison to some of the more modern stuff. Yeah. It's great. It's great for what it is. It's that very 70s, 80s look, and for that nostalgia, it's great, and I love it.
But you're hitting.
But as an artist, you have to kind of evolve with the time. You
exactly.
have to learn and see what's going on around you.
Mark Bagley. Mark Bagley, I thought was a great artist back in the day.
I still think so.
But the thing is, though, his artwork has not evolved at all.
He's one guy I don't feel needs to. He's still my favorite Spider-Man artist.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. I think he's great.
I thought his work on DC sucked. It was like it was rushed.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
that's what trying to draw Spider-Man.
Yeah, he was. And it doesn't... His Batman I really liked. I did not like his Superman one bit. I thought the face was horrendous.
Didn't know how to draw him.
No, not at all. And before we move into Marvel, I want to bring up Randy, I hope I'm saying his last name right, Randy Primash, talked about like a lot of new comics being a letdown. Action 900 and the whole Reign of the Doomsday shit, and a lot of stuff DC fucking spits out at us. A lot of stuff that Marvel spits out that really are
worse.
A big letdown. Like, they amp shit up and amp it up, and they fucking turn the volume up to 11, and the shit fucking blows. So, Randy, the best advice I can give you, there's a couple of good things running around the big two. For instance, the new issue of Spider-Man was really fucking good.
Oh my god, that was really good.
I'm still enjoying Green Lantern.
I would even say the last two, the Dan Slott was a great addition to the Amazing, letting him be the sole writer of Amazing Spider-Man. You guys have seen me on the show
With the exception
before.
of those last two issues with the fucking...
with the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But you guys have seen me on the show before. I was constantly going off about how Amazing Spider-Man sucked, and how Brand New Day and One More Day and all that other shit was horrible. I have to say, since Big Time, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Spider-Man's good again.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the last two issues suck, but that, you know, everybody swings and misses every now and then. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But Randy, like, some of the best advice I could possibly give you. Also, Captain America, I find Cap to be one of the books that I really look forward to.
I stopped reading in 604.
She shouldn't have. Cap is still really good. Cap, for me, is kind of on the same level as GL. Like, it's one of the books that I really look forward to. It used to be Punisher until Ennis left.
When it went to $4, I couldn't. It was one of those things. I was like, you know,
understandable.
Other stuff I want to collect.
But, Randy, there's a lot of other stuff that I got a little selection here to show off to you, and the rest of you guys who may feel the same way as Randy does. Look into some of the indie publishers, man. Radical, I like 90% of the shit Radical puts out. You read Radical at all?
No.
I do. I don't know. I feel like some of their story ideas are really good. I don't feel like they're developed enough.
I felt that way with one of the most recent ones that came out, After Dark. After Dark looked like it wanted to be like a Final Fantasy shit, and it kind of stemmed off in too many different places that looked interesting, and then it has just like, hey, look at that, we're going this way.
Yeah, that's my one problem with Radical. I really do actually like Radical's ideas. I think they're fascinating. I'm all about like creepy things, so you know.
Abattoir. This is one of the best, creepiest fucking books you'll ever read. Seriously. Check that out. And Radical's artwork is almost always flawless.
Yeah. I'd have to say
it's
artwork
so good.
No, I'm not complaining about the artwork at all. I just feel like sometimes that their stories, like, they have this really good base concept or theme, and they don't know how to make it work as like a whole piece. You know what I mean? Like, they sometimes go on tangent somewhere else, and that gets a little frustrating.
Some of the books, they do. But that's why I said, like, 90% of them I really liked. I liked Ryder on the Storm for the most part. I thought it ended a little bit hokey. This came out like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Always in the back, they give you can always order the trades from them. They have a very classic-y feel to them. They try to mix a lot of like modern storytelling, like the Big Two does, with getting. There's really no way to explain it, but like, compared to like 70s and 80s stories, and even stories that flew in the 90s, just don't work now. If you try to go back and read some of those, you can't.
Awful.
You can't. You know what was great? Actually, a great example of that. I picked up Captain America: Sins Past because it was a couple of reprints of like the first appearance of the Red Skull's daughter. I have no idea who this bitch was. Yeah. Sins Past. We'll play on words.
Yeah.
And these were Cap books from like early 1990. Wow, they were so bad.
And the artwork was god-awful.
God, fucking horrendous.
Do you know which story would have been horrible if they did it now? Do you remember Operation, I think it was Galactic Storm or something like that?
Sadly, I do.
It was a like 19-part crossover. Quasar. It was horrendous.
Okay, but wait a minute. Hold the phone. As devil's advocate here.
Okay.
You know, indie
Shall
stuff.
I do the Steve moment? Steve, that was for you. She said hold the phone, so I'm holding the phone.
It's not as cool.
Okay, well, Steve's not here, so.
Alright. So, like, playing devil's advocate, for example, I've gone back and read The Crow, which is, you know, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's still fucking good. It's still good now. You know, and I'm sorry, but there's a lot of shit that out there that isn't written like as well as that is. You know, the same thing goes for like a lot of older stuff that you know has been recently made into films, like you know, like Watchmen and all that. That's still good shit.
Easy there. Okay.
What?
Just making sure.
What do you mean making sure? Give me some credit. But my point is like, yes, you're right. There are some things like in the big two, right, DC and Marvel, that you go back to the 90s. It sucks. I'll agree with you. Okay, I have some old shit that I'm like reading and I'm like, really? I read this?
And you liked it?
And I liked it?
At the time, yeah, because you didn't know any better. And now that the writing has evolved as it should with the times, and
but
people
my point is,
they accept a lot of more shit.
It's premature to say that, stuff in the 90s, not all of it was well developed.
True. And like you said, when it comes to Radical, some of their stories can get a little hokey at times, but overall, Randy, I definitely tell you, look to Radical for a lot of your books. They don't run. I haven't seen an ongoing from Radical yet. Like everything is either 3 to 5 issues,
and then that's it.
Yeah, and they're phenomenal. And maybe 1 or 2 of them will actually pick up with a sequel, like Hercules. Came out with the Thracian Wars and the Knives of Kush, and I hope they come out with another one soon.
But it's nice to actually have like a self-contained story.
That's 64 to 96 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
And then swoon.
Grand.
Done.
And you like the story enough that, like, hopefully it sells enough that they make more of, like, Legend. The Legends, the Enchanted, fucking phenomenal.
You're the Radical boy.
Sick, twisted view of, like, Jack and the Beanstalk, who would take magic beans to get stronger to take on the giants.
Huh.
Fucking, not Snow White, Red Riding Hood, fucking walking around with these 2 sickles to kill werewolves and shit. Yo, this was a great book.
Huh.
Boom Studios, which I've been really enjoying the Stan Lee Presents books. Soldier Zero, got Starborn here. The Traveler is probably mixed up in his shenanigans somewhere. These 3 books do a really good job of just kind of associating with each other. The most recent issue of Soldier Zero, this dude has like this Guyver-type alien armor on. And they just mentioned briefly that the aliens before them, the alien that had the suit, this armored suit before this human guy, they were fighting an evil alien race that kind of teamed up with the bad guys in The Traveler. And this dude, the main character in Starborn, is very good.
Choose and perish.
The main character in Starborn has kind of, he thinks he's human, but he's apparently a human from another planet besides Earth that thought he thought he dreamed all this up as like a writer.
You can't name a planet Bob.
Easy, Titan. Yes, I'm
Who said you had to live on Bob?
Check these out if you want something refreshing. These have a very classic comic book feel. This is kind of an example of like 80s, 70s, even 60s storytelling with a modern twist done right. I can't recommend these enough to you so far. I'm really thrilled with them. Dynamite, which is very variant cover laden. Try to stay away from those for the most part. The Last Phantom is a great book. I always get the Alex Ross covers because it's Alex Ross. Last Phantom is great. I'm a big fan of the Lone Ranger. They're currently doing The Death of Zorro. IDW's got a lot of books. Lone Ranger meets Zorro. It's a fucking awesome concept, dude. I got my dad reading these.
Really?
It's great. Don't hesitate. I've been reading a lot more indie books lately than I ever did when I was younger. Mostly because I'm looking for a fresh start. And
they've been good to read.
Yeah, they've been giving me exactly what I need. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
You're lucky you said that when I was taking a
sip. Sometimes you got to get lucky, my father would say. So that about cuts it for this week at Pete's Basement. We will turn you over now to Steve and Ramon with some more reviews, and we will be back with a full roundtable next week.
No, you won't.
There we go. See you guys later.
X-23, number 9. Don't even bother. Just, I mean, unless you... I mean, I like X-23 a lot. I think the series started out well, but it's going to continue again into Collision Part 4 and another Dickens story, and I hate that. I hate when they do that. I'm not going to pick it up again until it gets better. Thor, number 1. Mighty Thor. Artwork's good. It's too much Thor. I can't take it. And then they have the Gore. That's right, Gore. In the back of the book, like 3 or 4 pages, maybe even 5. They have shots of the movie. Really? You were actually reading and going, oh, I forgot the movie's coming out. And Thor has some sort of armor on, underwater armor. I see bubbles. I don't know. The artwork was good, but it's just too much. I'm not that... I like Thor a lot, but Just too much. Danger Girl in the Army of Darkness. Art was good. Story was funny. So in the tradition of both things, Army and Danger Girl, you don't really see the you see the story arc of Army of Darkness in there. But you don't see the characters until the very, very end. So, okay, Lock and Key, Keys to the Kingdom, number 6. There's 13 issues left after this. Then it's all over. Joe Hill, Gabriel Rodriguez. Great art, great writing, great dialogue. If you're not reading this, I don't know why. It's the same, as far as I'm concerned, same thing as Goon and Chew. If you're not reading it, it's got to be something wrong. I don't know. But you need to be reading. I mean, if you just pick this up, you might be able to. No, I wouldn't even say that. You have to read the prior. This is the last issue in the chapter. New chapter is going to start whenever, a couple months. So they're probably going to trade this in a month or so. So just pick up the trade for Keys of the Kingdom. It should be out very soon. And then while you do that, pick up the trades for the first 3 chapters. Read them all, and then you'll be ready for the next chapter. Already. Overall, great series. There were a couple of issues that were like, okay, but you know that's expected. So great series. And you can tell whenever a series has like a beginning and an end, definitive end, they tend to be better because you don't have to leave stuff. You can kill off characters. You can do stuff. You don't have to worry about maybe bringing the character back. That's not even like an issue. So, Secret Avengers number 12 is part 2 of the John Steele story. They're gonna go after Shadow Council now. So that's basically that. And Cap 617, Bucky's still in prison in the Gulag in Russia. So while he's there, there's no Captain America, and Steve Rogers is talking to Jarvis at one point in time. Jarvis is like, did you ever think that you were never going to be Captain America again? Like, come on, really? So it's going to happen, and as it plainly states on the cover, that in theaters, July 22nd, 2011 will be the movie. So I'm sure by then he'll be back as Steve Rogers will be Captain America again. What a coincidence. Okay. What should I... Okay. Amazing Spidey 659. Again, overall, it's primarily FF story. I mean, there's his girlfriend Cooper, Carly Cooper, her little side things are sprinkled throughout the issue. But basically, what happened here could happen in FF, even though it's Spidey-centric, because he's kind of in the center of the story arc, because it's his issue. And at the very end, you see that the Sinister Six is back. So I'm always happy about that. Hopefully it's not in vain. you got. The only thing I'm Doc Ock being sick and being like, it was a good idea, but I guess, if he was miraculously better, we'd be like, he's miraculously better, and we wouldn't be happy. But I'm not happy with him like that either, so, I don't know. Electro does look better without the big bolts sticking out of his head. So I'm looking forward to that. Amazing's been good. They'll be at 700 very soon. They'll start coming out twice a week, and then they'll be up to 1,000. I think Book of the Week was FF, number 2. You may disagree with me, but when I say you, I mean you, right there, with the hat. Basically, I guess because as a result of what happened with Doom, that 5-issue, 6-issue, excuse for a story arc. What was it called? Doom War, that's what it was. I think as a result of that, Doom lost a lot of his memories, and he can't do magic and all that. So they're going to transfer from his son to him, because he stored a lot of his memories into him in case of emergency. And look, they have an emergency. Now he went to Reed and FF for help, and Reed is willing to help him, but Ben and Sue are like, what are we doing? Spidey's kind of in the middle. So you find out So Ben leaves and Sue follows her and says like, "This is bullshit. I can't. We're gonna help this guy get better. Like, what do you really?" So you find out that Valeria is the one who came up with how to fix him, help him rather, and they made a deal, Valeria and Doom. So Valeria says, "I'll help you with get better, and then you help me with something." And Reed says, "Well, you're gonna help her with what?" And he says, "Oh, I agreed to help your daughter defeat you, Richard. So let's get on with it, shall we?" So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it's a big thing. And I have a feeling Valeria is going to be either a villain or just break away from the FF because she's getting too smart for her own good, and she's defying her parents, and you know she's getting smarter than them. So I think she's going to be a villain or something along those lines. So that should be good. So we'll see you next time. Air conditioner's going back on. Back on. Back on. Air conditioning.
Okay, it's been 2 weeks since we've done a comic book reviewing episode, and well, those 2 weeks I've picked up 49 damn books. Don't judge me. I pick up a lot of damn books. Leave me alone. Here's my books. First two we have Conan. Conan Road of Kings and King Conan, The Scarlet Citadel. Conans are good shit. Really are. Well written. Art is good. It's kind of formulamatic. No, there's a formula for it all, and it's not as predictable as Red Sonja, but it is. But it's good. It's fun. Because Conan does get his ass kicked, but eventually does come out on top. I mean, he does sooner or later become a king. Obviously, one of these is he's a king. He's for telling the old story and whatnot, and the other one is him on his path to being a king. It's just, I'm biased. I like Conan. All right. Yes, I am going to see the movie too. Okay, here we go to DC, which isn't a lot. I really cover a lot of indies this week. Brightest Day number 24, The Return of Swamp Thing. I never picked up Swamp Thing back in the day, nor do I see myself picking it up in the future, assuming there's going to be one. I know there's a Brightest Day mini-series coming out soon, like a prologue, if you will. This was $4.99, and I think DC kind of pushed their luck with a $4.99 price. But I don't know. There's still so much to be answered about the White Lantern and its powers and whatnot, and I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was disappointing, but most books coming out of their events usually are. Countdown 54 had their moments. Overall, it kind of was disappointing too. JSA 50, $4.99 again. Yeah. Whatever. This is good. This is a retelling of their stories and whatnot. A very jump-on friendly book, if you will, which is good. But I also I like anniversary issues, 50, 25, 75, mostly the bigger ones, 50, 100s and whatnot, to be epic. And this wasn't, but it was a good book. JSA I'm very happy with. A bit drawn out, but moving along fairly nicely. I would recommend it. Even though it's $4.99. But anyways, next batch of books were recommended by Michael Moore, our dear fan of ours. The first one was $4.99. Don't say that too much. Starting a drinking game soon. And the other two aren't. Legion of Supervillains, 1 shot. Legion of Superheroes, 11 and 12. I picked these 3 bad boys up, and I enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed Legion before when Francis Manopal was on it, and then that book was damn canceled. I'm not bitter. No, I am bitter about that. Hopefully now that I jumped on these books, they won't be canceled anytime soon. Well done, well written. Levitz, Sinar, wow, what great team. It's just, I really like it. It's good shit. It just really is. I don't think it's book of the week, but a book in 2 weeks. But whatever. We have Dynamite. We have The Last Phantom. This was some good shit. Like, I was really happy with it. I mean, the action, it was just damn good. Just damn, really, like, finishes the first story arc and he's just badass, really badass. And he's not like Punisher badass, but he's really close to it, and I like that. So he has some guilt on his shoulders, so let's see what that goes on in the future. And I'm really looking forward to this, really am. Warlord of Mars #6. Can you draw Dejatoris any more hotter? Again, I like this more better than the Dejatoris mini Dynamite's doing, and I'm glad it's a freaking mini because I would drop it if not. And it's just moving along at a nice pace. There's action, there's intrigue, there's the history of the Mars cultures. It's a good book, really good. I like Dynamite. So those two, I wish they knocked the shit out with all the fucking $1,000,001 Green Hornet shit. But you know what? I'm here to review books, not bitch. Up next, we have our lovely friends at GG Studios. I'll be the first to admit GG Studios is a TNA book. They draw TNA. It's almost what Zenoscope started out as, or main attraction is TNA. But then they got more into the whole myth part of it, with TNA being the main thing. But the covers matches the art pages, you know. Zenoscope didn't, that's why they got dropped by yours truly. Yeah. The only thing I like from Zenoscope was that zombie book. The name escapes me right now, but it was fantastic. Gore #2 and Mediterranea #3. Gore #2 is fucking sick. Like, the torture scene in this is whoa. I'm like, damn, this shit could be a movie. But let's wait and see for a couple more issues. Mediterranea #3 finally picks up the action, and there's a lot of horn dogginess in this, but you know, I'm not complaining. So it's good. There's a lot of history here, and titans and magic and whatnot, so it's like, alright, cool, you moving along, because it was kind of dragging the first 2 issues. What I would think is probably the book of the week is Locke and Key #6. Locke and Key, Keys to the Kingdom #6. I think last issue, the issue before that, I said was more of a jump on friendly book, and it is. But I highly recommend the trades to fans. There are 3 gorgeous hardcovers out there available in this ongoing series, which the whole story itself, the whole Locke and Key series, ends in 13 issues. It's right there in the cover. In 13 issues, it's all over. I like that shit. Joe Hill is not committing too long to like getting stuck in this. He's also a novelist, and well, you know, he's not pulling a fucking Kevin Smith and shit. I'm sorry I mentioned Kevin Smith. I didn't mean to. That hurt me. So, book of the week, Locke and Key from IDW. Now, a close second was Suicide Girls #1. Now, if you don't know who the Suicide Girls are, you're missing the fuck out. Beautiful women, almost all of them are natural, except for tattoos and piercings on them. Oh my god. Pick up this book. It's really well written, well drawn, and there's galleries of boobies in the back. Naked boobies. They're comic boobies, so Peter's not gonna like them, but it's cool. That's what's up. I mean, these girls are just putting themselves out there. They're not like being airheads about it. They're grabbing life by the balls, and this whole comic book is just about that. Future corporation takes over. There's fake religion and crazy religion, which is kind of like same shit now, if you will, except with titties. Anarchy and titties. Anarchy and titties. That is this week's phrase. Anarchy, titties. Titties and anarchy. Titties during anarchy. We're moving along. Echoes #5 finished from Image and Minotaur Press. Wow. Order these 5 books. I recommend them. Or wait for the trade. I recommend that too. Hack and Slash #3. This is a freaking good series. Danny, Psycho Danny Frankenstein, got me on this. And then I recommended it to my ex, and she got on it. I read hers, and now I'm just on it myself. Good shit. Haunt 15 from Image. Image is really doing it for me. Good shit. Good shit. Ongoing. 2 issues ago, it was $1.99, and that was a perfect jumping on point. 1, it was cheap, and 2, brand new story arc. Highly recommend this. Highly recommend this series. It is fun. It is interesting. It is a little bit of everything a comic book should be, minus stinking titties. But that's why you got Suicide Girls for titties. Invincible number 79. One of the best comic books out there on a monthly fucking basis. Period. Hands down. I am picking up the trades, trying to catch up to the past stories, but this is very jump on friendly. Unlike Walking Dead, I'm still stuck on the trades on those. But it's a good shit though. Depressing. Anyways, Invincible 79 was good. It was epic. In the sense of the story. There's a twist in the relationship in this. But this book isn't all about mushing. There's like violence galore, and if you're not picking this up, you're not fucking listening to me. And I will find you guys. Velocity number 4. 04 from Image. I love Ron Mars. Kenneth Rocafort kicks ass. I love Cyberforce. Always loved them. Always. This shit took fucking months and months and months to come out. Every issue. Like, every 3 months came out. 4 issues. What the fuck? Really? But it was good shit. Get it? Yeah. Wait for the trade. Fantastic Four number 2. I'm sure Pete must be loving this damn book. It's Doom's book. They should just put DD on this, you know, for Dr. Doom number 2. I don't understand what happened to him to be in that fucking state. I wish they'd let me know which. If anybody out there knows what happened to Doom to be in that quasi-vegetative state, let me know so I can pick up the issues on that. Other than that, this is a fantastic book. It would have been book of the week, but Lock and Key I've been following for so long, and it just out of It's a personal favorite. FF2 was good. The Mighty Thor number 1. It's alright. I mean, I don't think it was so necessary, but I guess Marvel just milking shit. The art's good, right? The story is good. I don't know why you're introducing Silver Surfer so soon, but well, let's see where this goes. Let's see where this goes. And then we have Radical. First thing you should know about Radical, the art is 95% of the time awesome. 5% of the time they're kind of off. Kinda. And usually it's because shit's a bit too dark. Not because the art's shit. But, you know, inking and coloring is part of the art. So, 95. Sorry, guys. Abattoir, number 4. We all love this in the basement. Abattoir number 4 is really moving along ahead. The old man is finally being revealed for some of the things he's doing. He's building a house with parts that involve murder. From a driveway to a chimney where a guy died as Santa Claus trying to impress his children. It's just he's building a house of death. An abattoir, a slaughterhouse. Whoa. And then EARP Saint for Sinners is just wide EARP in a modern telling? Modern? Futurish? There's no future gadgets in this, really. In Vegas. It's really good shit. The action's gone here. They're going to do another series from this, another mini, because there's no way they're going to wrap this up in one more issue. It's just going to go here and then go on with it. I'm still waiting for more Hercules, more Aladdin, even that King Arthur book they had, Canon, I think it was. Again, I'm just still waiting for them. The fairy tale books they did, not graphic novel, it was just good shit. So those are my books. Next week we'll be in the basement, hopefully. And that's it. Ooh, wait, very important. Next week is next Saturday, the 7th. Yeah, the 7th is Free Comic Book Day. Go out there, take your kids, take your cousins, take your nephews, take everybody out there, get your free comic books, get them on it, get them hooked, addicted on the free crack that's available next week. That's it. Have a good one. Peace.
You're supposed to say,
Do the show.
do the truffle shuffle.
No, do the
What's
show.
the truffle
And then we
shuffle?
do the truffle shuffle at the end.
Oh, those have to go.
What is the truffle shuffle?
What's the truffle shuffle?
Ah,
What? You should never see movies.
I remember the goodies. I don't remember the truffle shuffle.
Dork alert. No, jerk alert.
Yeah.
Jerk alert. Jerk alert. Do the show.
I'm doing a show now, goddamn.
Now.
Alright. Color card. Oh, this is good. We got a whole hour. Not that we'll use the hour, but nevertheless. Now we don't have to worry about the stupid camera and everything. Yeah, that's some fucking curry, and what the hell else did I have?
I don't want to know because it smells in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, no, the bathroom was horrendous. Yeah.
It's always fun doing that to somebody when they're drinking.
Alright, guys. What's up, and welcome to the first ever not only... No, it's not the first ever not...
No.
Stop fucking poking me!
You just made me almost spit on the comic books.
Shit. Your husband did, not me.
No.
That
It
was you.
Both of you.
No, that was you.
Both of you.
No. Do the show.
Chill. Bang. Let's try that again from the top, I guess.
I thought that was a good opening.
That was a good opening. We'll use that in the outtakes somewhere.
Awesome.
Wah, wah.
That was a sucker one.
Anarchy. Titties. Titties and anarchy.